Today I want to speak about a worldwide pandemic, something which has entered our public spheres, our restaurants and our homes, with many of us unaware of its true harmful effects. Shisha, hookah, hubbly bubbly, call it what you will. It's a billion-dollar industry and a growing issue around the world. I remember during university it was a nighttime activity of choice for so many, and today hookah is commonly used in music videos, amongst young celebrities and social media influencers as something cool to do. So what is shisha? Is it just a simple pastime or a sweet flavoured poison? Smoking shisha involves burning coal to heat up specially prepared, usually flavoured tobacco. When the tobacco is heated up, it produces smoke. The smoke then bubbles through a bowl of water into a long hose-like pipe. You then inhale the smoke through a mouthpiece fitted at the end of the pipe. Essentially, that smoke contains both the products of the coal and tobacco which we've heated up. Now I know that your mate with a self-awarded PhD in shishaology tells you that shisha smoke is just water vapour. That's a lie, and in fact shisha contains many of the harmful constituents that a cigarette does. Carbon monoxide, nicotine, volatile organic chemicals, particulate matter, arsenic, acrolein, and heavy metals. On average, in one session of shisha smoking, the smoke you inhale contains 3 times more nicotine, which is a highly addictive substance, 10 times more carbon monoxide, which is a compound that replaces the oxygen in our red blood cells, causing hypoxia, and which can slowly and silently kill us, 27 times more formaldehyde and 19 times more acrolein, both of which are carcinogens and have been linked to the development of leukemia, 10 times more particulates matter, 80 times more lead, 19 times more chromium, and 1.4 times more arsenic in your shisha smoke than a cigarette. Now that also debunks the commonly held myth that the water in the shisha is filtering all of the harmful chemicals, because clearly it's not. Studies have also shown that the volume of smoke we inhale in one puff of shisha is greater than the volume of smoke we inhale in one puff of a cigarette. Now when we couple this information with how long we know an average session of shisha smoking lasts, and what we now know about what the smoke contains, you can see why it's so problematic. And so the next question is, can smoking shisha cause cancer? The answer is yes. Studies have reported a 6-fold increased risk in developing lung cancer, a 3-fold increased risk of gastric cancer, and increased risk of esophageal cancer, as well as a positive association with nasopharyngeal cancer, prostate cancer, bladder cancer, oral dysplasia, keratocarcinoma of the lip, and squamous cell carcinoma. And I know many of you wouldn't like to have the smell of cigarettes lingering around your house, but actively welcome and enjoy the aromas that shisha brings. However, studies have shown worse air quality and higher levels of toxicants in the houses of shisha smokers compared to cigarettes. If I ask you to lick the back of your friend's mouth, would you do it? I'm going to assume hopefully the answer's no. So then why do we share shisha pipes? Sharing pipes is a proven way of spreading bacteria, viruses and fungi, and studies have linked smoking shisha to the transmission of oral herpes, hepatitis C from bleeding gums, H. pylori, the main cause of gastric ulcers, aspergillus spores which can cause pneumonia in immunocompromised patients, as well as tuberculosis. Shisha hits your lungs hard and can cause long-term shortness of breath, coughs and wheezes. It damages your lung tissue and can significantly decrease your pulmonary lung function, which makes exercise and breathing more difficult. It also increases your risk of lung cancer, as we've mentioned, as well as COPD, which is a major killer for smokers around the world. Now here's some news that will hit you straight in the gonads. Smoking shisha can negatively impact your fertility. In a study of adult male shisha smokers, they found them to have a lower sperm count, a decrease in the percentage of sperm with a normal morphology, reduced sperm motility, and reduced semen volume. And if that wasn't enough, it totally can mess with your hormones. Hookah smoking during pregnancy is associated with decreased newborn weight, head circumference and height, as well as a higher risk of neonatal respiratory distress syndrome associated with hookah use during the first trimester. Now the next one is something I think some of you might already suspect. Yes, shisha can make you dumber. A study of 7th to 10th graders indicated that shisha smoking can impair adolescent brain development as it inhibits the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essential for normal cognition and behaviour. Another study found an association between shisha smoking and mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety and addictive disorders amongst college students. The list goes on. Smoking shisha also puts you at increased risk of developing metabolic syndrome, raised blood pressure, heart attacks in young adults, an abnormal heart rhythm, coronary artery disease, severe artery stenosis, ischemic heart disease and heart failure. This takes me back to when I was working on the respiratory wards. I often refer to them as the corridors of regret. You are surrounded by patients with once healthy lungs, now gasping for breath, regret etched over their faces as the angel of death beckons. I remember the faces, I remember their remorseful words, I remember the anger they expressed over their previous habits. The facts don't lie, and the leeches responsible for selling us shisha are not worthy of our emotional indifference. I hope this video has opened your eyes to the dark realities of smoking shisha. Please share it far and wide to anyone you think may benefit. Thank you.